Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite white colonizing Zionist prince coming to you live from the United States of America. Don't forget to get your white colonizer merch down below in the description at thetravelingcloud.com. And let's jump right into this reaction at a leftist attacking Ben Shapiro.
How does it feel for you to poison the American public? And what you've been perpetuating, racism, white supremacy, and the genocide that is being carried out on the Palestinian people.
And how does it feel to stand for Hamas? Does that feel good to you? Do you feel good standing in solidarity with a terrorist group that has murdered 1,200
I feel very good
Jews
standing in solidarity with Palestinian people who have been murdered by Israel by U.S.-paid tax dollars and bonds, and you have continued to spew hate.
Hamas should not stop war on behalf of its citizens and then shoot its
society.
own citizens, and you stand for it. Makes you a disgrace
The
to
people
human
of
dignity and
Palestine
human
have been
rights.
occupied for 75 years, and the blood is on the hands of every person in this Congress and every person who watches your propaganda of hate. White
Blood is
supremacy,
on your hands
racism.
because you refuse to
You
say that
have
Hamas
been
should surrender.
poisoning the
End of
American
story.
public for them to also be complicit in what is going on in Palestine.
You know, I can only imagine with the amount of hate that Ben Shapiro gets. I'm kind of even surprised he fired back there for a moment. Like I just assume the man is always being attacked at any moment of the day by any person ever. But it's interesting to see him actually like fire back in something that seems like not planned. Like this isn't like it is a Ben Shapiro destroys, but it's not like a panel discussion or like a Q&A. He just kind of casually destroyed her and then walked out of the room. What can you say? I mean, white liberal Americans falling for Hamas propaganda is like the crux of American society at the moment. If you don't think that this is a problem in America and you don't think it's going to lead to bigger issues in American society, the fact that we have normal white Americans advocating openly for a terrorist group in the Middle East, do not be mistaken. Do not be mistaken for a moment. She does not care about Palestinian lives. That's one. Two, she actually said one thing that actually made sense here, and I wanna actually point out to it real quick. I know I said it actually 4 times there. Right here. Where is it? I think it's here.
Racism, white supremacy, and the genocide that is being carried out on the Palestinian people.
And how does it feel to stand for Hamas? Does that feel good to you? Do you feel good standing in solidarity with a terrorist group that has murdered 1,200
I feel very good
Jews
standing in
and keeps
solidarity
people
with Palestinian
in
people who have been murdered by Israel by U.S.-paid tax dollars and bonds, and you have continued to spew hate.
Hamas should not stop war
And
on
white
behalf
supremacists, by the way. Ben Shapiro's family, who was in the Holocaust, were white supremacists. Even back then, he didn't know it. And their family didn't know it, but they were white supremacists. They didn't know they were openly white supremacists yet. They didn't get to be supreme yet. But now that the man was born in the United States of America, he gets to be a proper white supremacist. The whole shit has turned upside down on its head. Like there's not really. It's all just. You know, you sometimes wonder if it's just a sham or if these people are actually mentally handicapped. I think it's probably a mix of the two. I actually do believe, too, by the way, as a proud American, I can say there is a fiber in almost every American's being that wants the best for the world. People like to make fun of Americans often. I like to make fun of Americans, too. Being American Israeli, it's hard for me to just be 100% American all the time. But, you know, Americans can be a little dense. They can be a little naive sometimes. And I genuinely do believe that a lot of Americans want the best for the world and they want the best for America. So I think a lot of this does come from a genuine desire of good. It doesn't come from a place of bad. It comes from a place of these people want the best for Palestinians. They're not understanding what they're seeing. But your lack of information does not make me a Nazi. Your lack of information, the fact that you are too stupid to actually go out and do your own research, doesn't make me a white supremacist. It makes you a dumbass. And that's not my problem. You know, America's great in that aspect because, yeah, you can try to make it my problem, but it isn't. And I can always forward that back onto you and say, hey, you're being a fucking idiot. You need to stop being a fucking idiot. And you need to step up in life. You need to be better. And that's all it is. That's really all it is, girl. You just got to be a better person. So if you want to be a better person, was kind of a hard transition, but get some Traveling Clad merch at below description. Become a white colonizer right now. TheTravelingClad.com in the description. Support the channel, and I'll love you guys a long time, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, Clad. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.